Where did the idea for 1999 originally come from?
It was a cold Canadian winter, and no, it was like we knew we needed to tell the story that we had started, and in many ways Warframe felt like it reached the end of a storytelling experience with the new war. And 1999 was sort of a brainchild of having too much time over lunch, having a lot of chats with people on the team that wanted to pitch things, and because we are pretty open, we knew that the 90s could be a platform for new characters, new stakes, new world building. And after, a traditional Canadian Tim Hortons chat with our Steve, our CEO, and after a couple very confidence building conversations with our former team member, Minky, it just came together like that. And we just committed.
We talked a little bit about this at TGS, but how long in advance is something like 1999 planned before you see even a piece of concept art, for example?
In this case, the first pieces of art were done probably February of February of last year. I want to say was approximately February of last year for art. But we had the 1999 vibe check in just around the Duviri era, because we were out for, it was in that, one of the production things we were doing to Duviri is when it came up. So it's been cooking ideation-wise for a while, but the true development started in, I would say, approximately February of 2023. And that was exclusively for the TennoCon reveal, where we did Whispers in the Walls, and then boom, 9 Inch Nails 1999. So that was all fleshed out in that calendar year. And then we had to finish Whispers in the Walls. So this year has been the real true update cycle for us.
Your frames already have personality in how they move and their attack and all that good stuff, but now you're putting faces and personality voices to them. What is that going to open up for you in the future?
It's one of those things where we have the plan, and then we have the plan after the plan. And it kind of goes okay, so we have 1999 launching, and then if people like certain aspects of it, we're going to do column A. And if they like it enough, we'll probably still do column A. And then if we need to, we'll say, okay, we'll do column B, and then we'll just move on. So it's very much a future ratifying way for us to experiment more freely with some vibes with the characters. We have plans. We're going to stick to some of them. We'll see about the rest, because we try and dedicate our team's limited work time to stuff the players are really digging. And this is a new thing. Hopefully they dig it. We'll keep trying and see where it goes.
You guys are very busy all the time, and people don't understand that you only have so much authority, so much space and time and money to do everything, so you can't do all of the things. You're managing a lot at one time in every given year, every quarter, really.
Yeah, it's when you measure out the working hours in a week to achieve the goals for the updates, it becomes very depressing, but it also becomes very effective in try and make the right choice for people's time 80% of the time, and that usually gets us through the year. If we miss 100% of the time, bad news, but we're pretty happy with picking a plan, sticking to it, and improving on it next time, and just trying to increase our players' enjoyment of what we're making.
What's the vibe like in the office, and who gets to push the button when your new expansion goes live? Is that you? Do you get to press the button? Is there a big red button in the office you press?
There is not a big red button, but there is this. It's been the same crew that's been deploying the updates for the past 12 years. We got our lead programmer. We have every platform now has a programmer responsible for deploying, and the vibe right now is holy shit, we actually get to do it. We get to launch it. I am beyond excited to get it out there, but I'm also a realist, and I know that there's never enough time to finish an update, so we're going to do our best to make it as amazing as possible, and then we'll be there to catch all the problems that we missed in testing, because we're doing so many weird things with this update, like doing PvE game mode face-off. We tried to test the hell out of it. What did we miss? We'll find out. We have contingency plans for a lot of the extreme risks this update is taking. So
when you can test internally for a few thousand people is one thing. When it goes live, it's millions of people, and that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, and we are ready for whatever happens. And I'll either go on a victory lap or an apology tour after this. So stay tuned for what it is.
I feel like sometimes people look at you you should fix this. You individually fix the bugs that they have problems with. It's your job to do that. You're no, we have a team.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want me fixing bugs, that's for sure. I'll do what I have to do to make sure that the team can actually make the updates work.
What is the biggest misconception about adding a new frame to your game? Whether it's for something for 1999 or some frame that people have been asking for, or even updating an old frame?
I would say the biggest misconception is that we do it one way. We change how we do it every time. Like the idea comes from someone on the character art team, or the idea comes from a document Pablo had 7 years ago when he was, just a UI programmer. So we take a different approach almost every time with where the theme comes from. Was it an art first idea, or was it a kit first idea, or was it a flavor for the content first idea? And I can say, like, at this time, we already have all four. Well, I guess that's a spoiler, but like all of next year's Warframes planned. So, and they all came from different sources. So each one has a different story in terms of how they have come to be on paper as part of our official plans. So.
Your journey has been absolutely incredible. We were interviewing you when you were a community manager over at Digital Extremes, and now you're a creative director. What's that journey been like for you personally?
It's been awesome. I mean, the team are the real journeymen, like there's no way to do this job without people to make the craft and execute on it. And I really just think that between myself and the other leadership team and the roles, we just really feel committed to this, like the singular idea that every update we should just try and make the game a little better than how it was the last time you downloaded it. So we have a team to support that goal. We have weird ideas everywhere, and because we're so familiar with each other as a team and as a community, I feel confident, but I'm also afraid all the time. That's what it's like. It's like a perpetual blade of like, oh, you did it. Oh, you screwed up. And like whatever way it slices, it hurts every time. So
in your perfect world, what's your dream crossover IP for Warframe? We've seen Destiny do Ghostbusters. We've seen lots of different crazy crossovers. What's your dream crossover in a perfect world?
In a absolutely perfect world, like, does it have to be? Well, I guess Ghostbusters isn't a video game. Like,
it doesn't matter. It could be whatever. IP Ninja Turtles, Cyberpunk. It could be whatever. It can be video game, movie, film, animation, whatever.
Oh my God, it's got to be Vampire Hunter D. Me and I just love that. I love it so much. It's a book, and it's also an anime. It's got to be there. It's got to be that. It's got to be. Cool.
Vampire Hunter D Warframe sounds really cool.
Right? Just give it Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust Warframe. He has a robo-horse. He's got a cursed hand. That's already kind of Warframe. The weird hand.
So who is Vampire Hunter? So reach out to you, right? Reach out to you for the crossover?
Please reach out to me for the... No. It's not our style, We got to do our own thing.
So what can people expect next? I know everyone always asks, you've been working on this thing for a long time now, and people go, what's next? It's like, it's not even dropped yet. What's next for Warframe after this?
Watch TennoCon next year to find out. I'm not telling you.